Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to start solving our mock exam from topic 1 up to topic 6. First of all, you have to check the time here, very important, and read instructions. Read instructions. Here, candidate name, you must write your candidate name. In the final exam, you write your center as well. So, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The first question here, we need a relative charge of electron. You must write -1. Don't write -1. Neutron charge is 0. Mass of neutron is 1. Mass of proton is 1 as well. This is the first question. Second question, here I have magnesium 1224 and magnesium 1225. You must complete the table. Let's check what we have to do here. A number of electron, always number of electron is the number of proton is the smallest number. So here, number of electron is 12. Protons 12 as well. Okay, if there is no charge here, if there is no charge, this means this is atom. So the smallest number is the number of electron is the number of proton. Number of neutrons subtract 24 minus 12, it will be 12 as well. Number of electron here, as I said before, there is no charge, there is no negative, there is no positive above the symbol. So the smallest number is the number of proton, which is 12. Exactly is the number of electron, which is 12. Now, number of neutrons subtract 25 minus 12, it will be 13. This is the correct answer. Explain why magnesium ion have a charge of a +2. The model answer is supposed to be because magnesium loses 2 electrons. Magnesium loses 2 electrons. Okay, how do you know magnesium loses 2 electrons? Because he said here, charge of +2. If the question about potassium, for example, why potassium will form positive ion? Potassium in group number 1. So I will say, because potassium will lose 1 electron. You must mention number of electrons, which loses by the element. Okay. For example, another question, why oxygen will form a negative ion? Oxygen in a group number 6. So it will gain 2 electrons to be in. You have to say, because oxygen will gain 2 electrons. Say the number. Don't say because oxygen will gain electrons in general. No. You must say the number together for mark. Here, magnesium will lose 2 electrons. Look, I said 2. I said the number of electrons loses by the element. Mg+2, it's a structure 2,8. We need a formula of the following particles which have the same electronic structure as magnesium +2. Magnesium +2 is 2,8. I need another positive ion. It's a structure 2,8 as well. You know sodium. Sodium in A, sodium is 11. 281. This is sodium. After losing 1 electron, sodium will be 2,8. 2,8. Okay. So in A positive, it's a structure 2,8 as well. Maybe someone say, instead of that, he will say, I will talk about aluminium. I know aluminium 13 is 283. If aluminium loses 3 electrons, it will be aluminium +3. Okay, aluminium +3 is 2,8 as well. So I can write aluminium 3 positive. This is correct answer. We need a negative ion. Ion is 2,8. Actually, you know oxygen? Oxygen, it has 8 electrons. It's a structure 2,6. 2,6. After gaining 2 electrons, oxygen will be, instead of 2,6, it will be 2,8. So I can write oxygen, when it will gain 2 electrons, look, negative. It will be 2,8 as well. Atom, it's a structure 2,8. This is neon. As you know, neon has 10 electron. Electronic structure of neon is 2,8. The common mistake here, I think the question said, give the formula. Give the formula. He didn't say give the name. Some students will write here, instead of an A, he writes sodium. Okay, I'm agree with you. But the question said, I need formula, not name. Here, atom, maybe someone will write neon, N-E-O-N. No. The question said formula. Attention. I don't need the name, I need the formula. Okay? So this is the first question. 8 mark for this question. So you must be on safe side and follow the rules. Follow the rules. Next question here. This is a bond. Where is it? This one. Yes. This is a bond between magnesium and chlorine. You know, chlorine is 17, it will be 287. So here, there's another shell. I have to draw another one here. This is the outer shell of chlorine. In the outer shell of chlorine, actually, it was 7 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How do you know 7 electrons in the outer shell? Because chlorine has 17. Its structure 2, 8. I must draw the third one, 7. Chlorine will accept 1 electron from magnesium. This electron must be cross, because electrons of magnesiums are cross, as you see here. I will do this again here. I will draw the outer shell of chlorine. Outer shell of chlorine, it has 7 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it will gain 1 electron from magnesium. Now, each chlorine, it gain 1 electron, it will be -1, negative. Write a negative charge here, or -1 as you like. Okay, so this is negative charge. Here a negative charge. If you write -1, that's okay. Here, regarding magnesium, I know magnesium is 12. From the periodic table, if you forgot, magnesium 12. Magnesium is 2, 8, 2. The outer shell has 2 electrons. These are the 2 electrons on the outer shell. Now, outer shell of magnesium contains 2 electrons, 8 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The outer shell in the past give 1 electron for chlorine above and 1 electron for chlorine here. How many electron uses from magnesium? 2 electrons. Magnesium uses 2 electrons. You must write 2 negative. 2 negative. 3 marks for this question. For me as examiner, when I start to check your drawing, I will give you 1 mark for the negative sign here, and 1 mark for drawing the outer shell for the first chlorine. Even here 1 mark, and 1 mark for magnesium, -2, and is the outer shell of magnesium. So 3 out of 3. A common mistake, some students forgot to draw the outer shell. Some students draw the outer shell of chlorine. It has 8 electrons, 8 dots. No. Actually, chlorine contains 7 dots, and the electron number 8 came from magnesium, supposed to be X cross, not 1. This is the answer of this type of question. This is, as you know, this is ionic bond. Magnesium gives 2 electrons, 1 electron for each chlorine. Give 2 other physical properties for ionic compound. You can say it has a high melting point. High melting point. Number 2, I saw some answers. Someone said conduct electricity. This is not complete answer. You must say conduct electricity. This answer is not correct alone. You must complete your answer. Conduct electricity in molten state or aqueous solution. You must say that. Without mention molten state or aqueous solution, it will be not correct. Clear? This is the answer of number 2. Number 3. Number 3 is stoichiometry. Here he asked me about number of moles of aqueous sodium hydroxide. Check in the question, what are the information about sodium hydroxide you have? As you see, I have 25 cubic centimeter of sodium hydroxide, and I have concentration of sodium hydroxide. So I will say number of moles equal concentration multiply volume equal. Concentration 25, you must convert 25 into cubic decimeter. You must divide 25 divided by 1,000 first of all. After that, this is volume, okay? Multiply the concentration. Concentration, as you see, this is 0.200, 0.200. But first of all, you must convert a cubic centimeter into cubic decimeter. How? Divide by 1,000. Very easy. Divide by 1,000. So 25 divided by 1,000 will be 0.025 multiply 0.200. It will be 0.005. So the answer here is 0.005. Okay? This is the number of moles of sodium hydroxide. Here, he need number of moles of dilute sulfuric acid added from the burette. Added from the burette, we need number of moles of the acid, which equivalent to number of moles of sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide here is 0.05. So what about the acid? I will use mole-mole ratio. As you know, here is 1, and here is 2. What does it mean? Volume of H2SO4 is half volume of sodium hydroxide. So 0.005 divided by 2, 0.005 divided by 2, it will be 0.0025. This is the volume of the acid from mole ratio. 0.0025. Here, 0.0025. Now, I have number of moles of the acid. He asked me about the concentration of the acid here. As you know, he asked me about concentration. I will say concentration equal moles of the acid divided by volume of the acid. What is the moles of the acid? Okay, this 0.0025 divided by volume of the acid, volume of H2SO4. Check the question. Check the question. Volume of H2SO4. Look, the volume of dilute sulfuric acid needed to neutralize the aqueous sodium hydroxide was 20. But this is a cubic centimeter. You must convert it into cubic decimeter. Here, you must say 20 divided by 1,000 first of all. 0.02. 0.02. So here, mole divided by volume, which is 0.02. Now make a division. 0.0025 divided by 0.02 will be 0.125. 125. This is the concentration of the acid. Concentration of the acid. Here, the concentration with mole per cubic decimeter. He asked me here about the concentration in gram per cubic decimeter. I need to convert moles into gram because the cubic decimeter are the same here and here. I need to convert mole into gram. Mole of the acid into gram of the acid. How can you convert mole into gram? By using the first triangle. First triangle, if you remember, if you need to convert mole into gram, I need gram, I need mass. So mass equal mole multiply MR of the acid. Mole of the acid is already here, 0.125 multiply MR for H2SO4. H2SO4. Hydrogen is 2. Is 32. H2 is O4. O4 it means 4 multiplied 16, 48. Okay? So the answer will be, I think, H2, so 2 plus S, sulfur is 32, O4, O multiplied 4, O is 16 multiplied 4, 48, 82. Okay? No. This is not for 82 because H2 is 2 plus S sulfur is 32. O4, 4 multiplied 16, 64. 64. So the answer here, 98. 98, this is the MR for H2SO4. Multiply 98 with 0.125, it will be 12.25 gram per cubic decimeter. So the idea here, I converted mole into grams. I need grams, I need mass. So mass equal mole, which is this, multiply MR of H2SO4, which is 98. This is a question about stoichiometry. Okay. Common mistake here, some students, when they start to find moles of sulfuric acid, someone said, I will use second triangle because I have a volume. No, in titration, if you need volume of acid or volume of alkali added from the burette, you must use mole ratio. Next question, I think very easy. We need amount of energy used to break the bond in Br2. Br2, as you see here, Br2. Br2. Br. If you need to break down the bond between Br and Br, you need 190. If you need 2 moles of 2BrCl, 2BrCl, okay. Here we need amount of moles of Br2 and Cl2. Br2 is 190. 190 plus If you need to break down Cl2, Cl bond Cl is 242. 242. This is the energy required to break down the bond. 190 plus 242, 432. The answer here, 432. This is number one. Number two, we need total amount of energy released in 2BRCL. But attention here, you have 2 at the beginning. So 2 multiply BRCL, value of BRCL is 218. I would say 218 multiply 2 will be 436. This 438. This one will be 436. Now we need overall in energy change, energy in, which is 432, minus energy out, energy of the product, 436. Answer will be -4. So here finally will be -4. -4. This question. Process uses electricity to break down aqueous molten compound. This is electrolysis. Electrolysis. So here answer, just one word. Electrolysis. Number two, why ionic compound need to be aqueous or molten? So ions can move freely, carry charge, and conduct electricity. Or any word describe the ions will be free to move. As you like, according to your understanding. Ions will be free to move. The brine is a concentrated aqueous sodium chloride. As you know, name 3 substances produced here. At the cathode, hydrogen will form because hydrogen is less reactive than sodium. At the anode, chlorine will form. Chlorine will form because this is concentrated solution and I have a halide. And finally, in the solution will be sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide. Name a different substance formed when molten sodium is used. Molten, it means there is no water. There is no OH, there is no H. So sodium will form at the cathode, not hydrogen. Here, sodium will form at the cathode. This question cross and dot diagram in carbon dioxide. I started with oxygen. In the outermost shell of oxygen, there are 6 electrons. How do you know? Because oxygen has 8 electrons. Its structure 2,6. In the outer shell, there are 6 electrons. Oxygen need 2 electrons to be 8, so it will share 2 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the electrons of oxygen. On the other hand, oxygen need 2 electrons to be 8, so it will share 2 here, complete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Carbon has 4 electrons in the outer shell. I will use cross. 4 electrons, so it needs 4 to be 8. It will share 2 electrons here and 2 electrons here. If you need to make sure, okay, because I saw some student, he wrote extra electron here. Listen to me. If you need to make sure you are correct, count number of electrons must be 8 around each one. For this oxygen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is correct. This oxygen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This oxygen is correct. Now carbon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I saw some student, he put here electrons. I don't know why. Check. Now number of electrons around this carbon more than 8. You must remove this. No need. No need, okay? So this is the electronic structure in covalent bond in carbon dioxide, CO2. Next question here. Which one diffuse most slowly is chloromethane? 2 marks for the question, as you say. Here, you will say chloromethane, CH3Cl, because it has the highest molecular mass. You must choose one and mention why this one diffuses most slowly. Okay. The mass of CH4 carbon is 12, thus 4 hydrogen is 16. This one, carbon 12, hydrogen 3, 12 and 3, 15. And chlorine is 35.5. When you add these numbers together, you will find the CH3Cl is the highest molecular mass. H2O liquid to gas, from liquid to gas, evaporation or boiling, that's okay. But here, as you see, this is evaporation, not boiling. So I prefer to write evaporation. If you write boiling, that's okay. G2L, gas to liquid, condensation process, condensation. A solid X, liquid or gas at room temperature 20. 20 here, as you see, 20 between 15 and 80 in this area. This is liquid state. As you know, here we have solid state, solid and liquid state, liquid and gas state. 20 is liquid state only. What an equation for equilibrium in BC. In region BC, we have solid and liquid. So you must say the substance is X in solid state and the substance X. Right, X, because the name of substance X. He said that in the question. Okay, and make a reversible reaction. Arrow to the right, arrow to the left. Name the change state occur in DE. In region DE, what is the name of the change? Name the change. It means, is it condensation, evaporation, boiling, freezing? It's what exactly? Someone write for me. In region DE, this is liquid to gas. No, I don't need that. We need a change of state. Yes, I'm agree with you. From liquid to gas, what is the name? This is evaporation. You can write it's boiling as well. Okay, so don't write here from liquid to gas. I don't need description from you. I need the name of the change. The name of the change. The name of the change of the state. The change of a state. It means, is it boiling? Is it condensation? Is it evaporation? Is it what exactly? Explain how the curve shows that a pure sample of compound X was used. From the curve, as you see, it has a sharp melting and the boiling point. But how many marks for the question? 2 marks. So I can say the curve show me this is pure sample of X. You must say because you have a choice. It has sharp melting point, 1 mark, at region BC. 1 mark, it has sharp melting point at region BC, exactly at region BC. Or someone will write, it has sharp boiling point at region DE. You must write that. Don't say because it has a specific melting and boiling point. Okay, 1 mark out of 2. Why? Because you didn't mention the melting point at which region. at BC. The point at which region? At DE. If you need to mark, right, it has a sharp melting point at region BC, or it has a sharp boiling point at region DE. DE. This is the complete answer to get a full mark. Here, what is the name of this process? As you know, this is electrolysis. Electrolysis. So just a suitable material. He said material, so you have a choice. Maybe you write graphite. I prefer to write graphite instead of carbon. Okay? Graphite or platinum. But if the question was suitable metal, you must write platinum only. If the question was suggest a suitable non-metal, you must write graphite only. But here, he said material. You have a choice. As you like. Graphite, that's okay. Platinum, that's okay. Give gas A is chlorine. Give a test. Damp red litmus paper. Result bleach. Or damp litmus paper in general without color. Damp litmus paper. Result bleach or white. As you like. Both are correct. Gas B, pop. So directly this is pops, pop sound with light dot H. It has H letter. I remember this is hydrogen gas. Here the last question, particle A is an atom. Why? Because number of proton equal number of electron. Number two, they are all particles of the same element because they have the same proton number. Particle A 15 proton, B 15 proton, C 15 proton. Okay. Particle B is a negative ion. When he asks you about the negative ion, you must say because the number of electron more than number of protons. 2 mark of the question. Because the number, particle B is a negative ion. Because number of electrons more than number of protons. Start with electrons because he said negative ion. This is very important. Don't say because number of proton is less. Don't start with proton. No, start with electron. He said negative ion. Add number of electrons, 1 mark, more than number of protons. Someone will say, what if I say because number of proton is less? Okay, I'm agree with you. Maybe in this session, in this exam series, you will not get a mark because you know sometimes some examiners they need specific answer. He said here negative ion, so start with electrons because number of electrons more than number of proton. As you see, 18 electrons and 15 proton. If you need to mention it has 18 after that, after writing this, you need to write extra, more information because it has 18 electrons and more than 15 proton. That's okay. So this is a negative ion. As you know, negative is 3 ion. Particle A and C are isotopes. Maybe you can write the answer without seeing the table. Isotopes, of course, they have the same what, but different what. Because they have the same number of proton, but different number of neutron. Check A and C. They have the same number of proton. Both contains 15 proton, but A contains 16 neutron, but C contains 17 neutrons. They have the same number of proton, but different number of neutrons. The last one, what is the electronic structure of particle A? As you see, A, it contains 15 proton and 15 electrons. I need electronic structure for 15. I will write 2, 8, 2, 8, 5. I prefer to write comma. He said here what? What is the electronic structure? Maybe he will say, what is the electronic configuration? Electronic structure or electronic configuration or electronic arrangement. The same idea. Okay. Electronic structure, electronic configuration, or electronic arrangement. So let's get. This is the end of our text, and this is the answer supposed to be in your exam. Finally, I hope everyone, as you know, blank page here. And at the end of your exam paper, even in the final exam, you will find a copy of the periodic table. Finally, thank you for listening. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.